Hi there, this is going to be an introduction to PostworkShop. PostworkShop is an exciting new imaging editor that is really super cool, both to the novice and the professional user. Once you open up PostworkShop, you're going to notice that the screen is divided into separate panels. Right here in the middle is our main imaging panel. Down here is where we're going to be importing our objects. Over here is where we have style layers. And then to the right is where we have our projects, styles, and properties and preview. Now if you're familiar with Photoshop, then this workflow is going to be very familiar to you. And if you're not familiar with Photoshop, then I'll just be walking you through how we go ahead and do things here. So to start off with, let's go ahead and just import an image. And then let's just make a little bit of room here. There we go. Now you're going to notice on the right hand side under the Styles panel that there are several rows of folders here, and all of the folders on the left are generic in nature, and then as they move to the right, then they become a little bit more focused. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab a style and see how this works. So first off, I'm going to go to Drawing, Chalk, and Dark Chalk with Pencil. I'm going to drag that right on over here. Now there's three places I can actually put this over my default layer. It can be underneath, it can be nested within, or it can be placed on top. And I'm going to be placing mine right on top, and then bring my opacity level down to 50%. And now let's come over here to Painting, Expressionism, and Expressionism 1. If I hold down Shift and double click, that automatically gets installed over the last layer that I had selected. I'm going to change this blending mode to Luminosity. And now let's come down here to Techniques, Watercolor 1. Same thing, hold down Shift and double click. That gets installed over our Expressionism 1. And now I'm going to change this blending mode to Overlay and bring the opacity down to 50%. Now for my last style here, I'm going to go to Graphic Arts and Manja with vertical lines. And I'm going to change this blending mode to Multiply. Now one other thing to note here is over in the Properties and Preview panel, when I have a specific style or layer selected here, you're going to notice some sliders here. And we can further adjust these sliders to get different looks and different styles. So kind of what I'm going for is a very loose pencil drawing. So I'm going to bring down my thresholds, and I'm going to bring down my black threshold to about, right around in there. And you can see how it's being updated here in our Properties and Preview panel, as well as our main image panel. And with just that little bit of work, you can see that we've taken this image into this image with very little work so far. All we've done is bring in some layers, adjust our blending modes, our opacities, and adjust some of our properties. Now, as you've seen, we can quickly create some very different ideas here from our original image. If you happen to have artist or pro versions, there's actually something else here you can do. And you get a style editor, and what that is basically it's a node setup to where you're able to link different nodes in series as well as parallel, and just gives you a whole different way of creating even more exciting stuff. So as you can see, PostworkShop is literally a painter's palette at your fingertips.